People who've been to prison, what's the most wholesome thing you saw? I was doing 7 years for Grand Theft Auto when I got assigned to work in the prison barber shop. Wasn't because I was good with scissors or anything. I just kept my mouth shut and didn't cause problems. The job paid like $2 a day, but you got phone privileges once a week, and honestly, it beat laundry duty. The barbershop was this tiny room with 3 old chairs and mirrors that had seen better days. Most guys came in, got their cut, and left without saying much, but something about sitting in that chair made people talk. Maybe it was the routine of it, or just having someone stand behind you with scissors instead of looking you in the eye. This older guy named Raymond started coming in every 2 weeks right on schedule. He was probably 60 in for armed robbery. Had these sad eyes that made you think he'd been carrying something heavy for way too long. First few cuts, he barely said a word. Then one day about 3 months into my barber hop gig, he just broke down mid-haircut. I'm standing there with scissors in my hand, and this grown man starts sobbing like his heart's been ripped out. Turns out his wife had stopped writing letters. 6 months of silence. The last letter she sent basically said she was tired of waiting and might be moving on with her life. I never knew how to write back proper, he told me, wiping his eyes with the barber cape. Always just wrote about the weather and asked how she was doing. 32 years married, and I never told her the stuff that mattered. That's when I got this crazy idea. I'd always been decent with words. Used to write poems and stuff before I screwed up my life. So I offered to help him write a letter back just once to see if she'd respond. We spent an hour after his haircut talking about his wife Helen, how she used to make these elaborate Sunday dinners for the whole neighborhood, how she'd stay up late reading romance novels and leave sticky notes with funny quotes on his lunchbox, how he regretted never telling her that coming home to her was the best part of every single day for 3 decades. I wrote all of that down and more, made it sound like Raymond talking, but with all the love he felt but never knew how to say. We mailed it that week. 2 weeks later, Raymond burst into the barber shop waving an envelope like he'd won the lottery. Helen had written back 3 pages this time instead of her usual half-page updates. She said she cried reading his letter because it sounded like the man she fell in love with 40 years ago. That became our routine. Every week, Raymond would come in for a trim he didn't really need, and we'd work on another letter. I'd listen to his stories about their early marriage, their kids, the dreams they used to share, and I'd help him put it all on paper in ways that felt real and honest. The letters from Helen got longer. She started including photos again, then drawings from their grandkids. After about 6 months, she mentioned maybe visiting when she saved up enough money. This went on for a year and a half. I wrote probably 60 letters for Raymond, and Helen wrote back every single time. Guys on the block started calling me the love doctor as a joke, but they said it with respect. Then one day, Raymond came in and said something that almost made me cry myself. I think I can write this next one on my own. He did, and Helen wrote back to that one too. When Raymond got released 8 months later, the entire cell block cheered like we'd won the Super Bowl. Guys were hooting and clapping, and even the guards were smiling. This old man who'd been broken and forgotten had his family back. And somehow that felt like hope for all of us. 2 months after he left, I got a letter addressed to me personally. It was from Helen, written in this careful handwriting on nice stationery. Inside was a wedding photo of her and Raymond from 1987, both of them young and grinning like idiots. The note was short, but it hit me harder than my sentencing. Thank you for giving me my husband back. I kept that photo tucked in my mirror for the rest of my sentence. I was about 2 years into a 7-year bid for Grand Theft Auto when I landed. The barbershop job inside, it wasn't glamorous. 3 worn-out chairs, stained linoleum, and mirrors so old the silver was peeling off the back, but it was better than the laundry. And it came with one key perk: phone privileges every week, which was golden there. I wasn't a real barber, just the guy who didn't talk much and didn't cause trouble, which apparently was qualification enough. At first, I kept my head down. Most of the guys who came through weren't interested in small talk. Sit down, get cleaned up, and bounce. But something about that chair, I don't know. Maybe it was the trust of letting someone hold a sharp object behind your neck. Maybe it was the quiet, the routine, but eventually, people opened up. You'd be surprised what men confess while staring at themselves in a cracked mirror. Then came Raymond. He was an older guy, maybe 60, thin frame, slow walk, voice like gravel. Came in like clockwork every 2 weeks for a shape-up he didn't even need. He had these tired eyes, the kind that looked like they'd seen too much and carried all of it with them. He didn't say much for the first few months, just nodded when I asked how he was and gave a soft thanks on his way out. Then one afternoon, right in the middle of his cut, he broke down. I don't mean a single tear. I mean full-on sobbing, shoulders shaking under the barber cape, trying to wipe his eyes without smearing his face. I didn't know what to do. Just froze for a second, scissors still in my hand. I think she's gone, he said quietly. I stopped cutting. Who? My wife, Helen, 6 months now, no letters. She used to write every week. Always just short stuff, the weather, the dog, what the grandkids were up to, but at least she wrote. Then nothing, not a word, and now I can't even get her on the phone. He pulled a crumpled envelope from his jumpsuit pocket and handed it to me. The last letter she sent, one paragraph, polite, distant. Basically saying she was tired of waiting. Tired of being alone. He looked at me with eyes that had too much regret packed inside them. 32 years and all I ever sent back was I'm fine and what I ate for lunch. I never told her I missed her. Never said how much those letters meant. I didn't know how. Now, I think I waited too long. That's when I offered. I don't even know why. Just came out, I could help you write one, I said, if you want. He looked surprised, like it never occurred to him that someone else might be able to translate the words he felt, but couldn't say. So after his haircut, we sat in the back corner of the shop. No clippers buzzing, no guards nearby, just me, Raymond, and a scrap of paper. He told me about Helen, how she made these giant Sunday dinners, even when it was just the two of them. How she sang while she cleaned, how she always left sticky notes in his lunchbox when he still worked, jokes, quotes, little I love yous. How she used to curl up in a chair and read romance novels until she fell asleep with the book on her chest. I didn't think about it at the time, he said, but that was the best part of my life. Just coming home to her. I wrote all of it down, every word, made it sound like him, but with more heart. We ended the letter with, if you're still out there, still thinking of me, please know this. I didn't forget. I never will. He mailed it the next day. 2 weeks later, he came into the shop waving an envelope like it was a lottery ticket. She wrote back, he said, grinning like a kid, 3 pages. Helen had said the letter sounded like the man she fell in love with, that she cried reading it, that she thought maybe, just maybe, there was still something there to save, and that was the start of something special. Every week after that, Raymond came in for a haircut he didn't need just so we could write his next letter. He'd talk about their early marriage, about the kids when they were little, how Helen used to sneak kisses when nobody was looking. I became his translator, his ghostwriter, his therapist. And over time, Helen's letters changed too. They got longer, more personal. She started including photos again, drawings from the grandkids. Notes that said things like, can't wait to see your face again. After about 6 months, she mentioned maybe coming to visit once she saved up the bus fare. When I read that part out loud, Raymond got real quiet, just stared at the words for a long time. Didn't even try to hide the tears that time. We kept it up for nearly a year and a half. I wrote at least 60 letters. Guys on the block started calling me the love doctor. Some meant it as a joke, but most said it with real respect. A few even asked for help with their own letters to girlfriends, moms, kids. I didn't charge. It felt good to give something back. Then, one day, Raymond walked into the shop and said something I'll never forget. I think I can write this next one on my own. He did. It wasn't perfect. Misspelled a few things. Grammar was off, but it was all him. Honest, raw. Helen wrote back just the same. Said she could tell it was really him this time, and she loved it even more. 8 months later, he got released. When the CO called his name, the entire block stood up and clapped. Full standing ovation like he'd just won the championship. Even the guards smiled. It wasn't just that he was getting out, it was how he was getting out. With his family waiting for him, 2 months after he left, I got a letter of my own. Handwritten in careful script on pale blue stationery. Inside was a wedding photo from 1987, Raymond and Helen, young and grinning like they had no idea how hard life could get. The note said, "Thank you for giving me my husband back." I taped that photo to the corner of my mirror and left it there for the rest of my sentence, because sometimes, in a place full of broken things, something whole happens, and when it does, even for a minute, it reminds everyone what's possible. Story 2. She said, "You're acting like a babysitter, not a boyfriend." When I brought up her drinking habits, I said, "Then maybe you need one." What happened at her birthday party proved my point in the worst way for her. Original post. 129 male, had been dating Vanessa, 27, for about 3 years. First year was great. Second year, good. Third year, that's when the wheels started coming off. Vanessa always liked to party. When we met, we were both 26, 24. Going out on weekends was normal. But somewhere along the way, her weekend drinks became Wednesday wine nights became why not have a cocktail with lunch. The first time I really noticed was about 6 months ago. Tuesday afternoon, she called me from a Target parking lot. "Vanessa," slurring, "Bob, my car won't start. Can you come get me? Are you okay?" "You sound Vanessa. I had like to mimosas at brunch with Kelsey. I'm fine." Drove out there. She was definitely not fine. Way past 2 mimosas, her car started perfectly. She was just too drunk to figure out she was turning the key the wrong way. Vanessa. It's 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, Vanessa, so I don't work till 4 o'clock. She worked at an upscale hotel as an events coordinator. Started at 400 p.m. that day. I drove her home, made her coffee, drove her to work. Didn't lecture yet, but it kept happening. Found empty wine bottles hidden in weird places, behind the towels in the linen closet, under the bathroom sink, in her car trunk. Finally brought it up one evening. She had 3 glasses of wine at dinner and was pouring a 4th. Hey, maybe slow down a bit, Vanessa, excuse me. You've had a lot already, just concerned, Vanessa laughing. Oh my god, are you seriously monitoring my drinks? What are you, my babysitter? I'm your boyfriend who's worried about you. Vanessa worried about what? That I'm having fun, that I'm not boring. Worried that you hid a bottle of rose behind the winter coats. Her face changed. Caught. Vanessa, I didn't hide it. I just put it there. Why, Vanessa? Because you're acting like this, counting my drinks. Judging me. You're supposed to be my boyfriend, not my babysitter. Then maybe you need one. Wrong thing to say. She went nuclear. Vanessa, are you calling me a child? I'm a grown woman. I can drink whatever I want, whenever I want. Even at work. Silence, another direct hit. I'd noticed her taking a flask to work for emergencies, she'd said, but there were a lot of emergencies lately. Vanessa, that's different. Work is stressful, you wouldn't understand me. I understand drinking at work can get you fired. Vanessa, stop, just stop. You're being controlling and weird. I don't have a problem. You have a problem with me having fun. That became her mantra. I was controlling. I was boring. I was trying to change her. Classic deflection. I know now. Her 28th birthday was coming up in 3 weeks. She'd been planning it for months, rented out a private room at a fancy rooftop bar. Invited like 50 people, new dress, professional photographer, the works. It's going to be epic. She kept saying the party of the year. I had a bad feeling, mentioned maybe having a drink limit for the open bar. Vanessa, there you go again. My birthday and you want to restrict alcohol? What's next? A breathalyzer at the door, me. I just think, Vanessa, no, you know what? If you're going to be the fun police at my birthday, maybe you shouldn't come dot me? Are you serious? Vanessa, dead serious. I want to enjoy my night without you counting my drinks and giving me looks. Either come and shut up about my drinking or don't come at all. I thought about it for exactly 5 seconds. Me, okay, I won't come. She blinked. Wait, what? You're right, it's your birthday. You should celebrate however you want without a babysitter. She expected me to cave, apologize, beg to come. I didn't, and that's when things got interesting. Update 1, the week before the silent treatment lasted 2 days. Then Vanessa tried a different approach, love bombing. Suddenly, she was super affectionate, making my favorite dinners, buying me little gifts. Accidentally, leaving her laptop open to the party planning spreadsheet where my name was still on the guest list. Vanessa, you know I didn't mean it, right? About not coming, I was just frustrated, me. I know you meant it and it's okay, enjoy your party, Vanessa, but everyone will ask where you are, me, tell them the truth. You uninvited me because I expressed concern about your drinking. Her face soured. I'm not telling people that, me. Then make something up. Your party, your choice. She tried guilt next. Started posting throwback photos of us on Instagram with captions like, can't imagine celebrating without this one, love and so grateful for my rock. Her friends started commenting things like, couple goals and can't wait to see you both Saturday, but I didn't take the bait, didn't like or comment. Just watched. By Thursday, she was getting desperate. Her best friend, Trina, called me. Trina, dude, what's going on? V said you're not coming Saturday. Me, she uninvited me. Trina, but why? You guys seemed fine last week. Me, ask her. Trina, I did. She said you guys had a fight but won't say about what. Me, then I guess she doesn't want you to know. Trina sighing, is this about the drinking thing? Interesting, so others had noticed me. What drinking thing? Trina, come on. We all know Vigo's hard, but it's her birthday. Me, exactly, her birthday, her choice. I'm respecting her wishes. Friday night, Vanessa made one last attempt. Came home from work already tipsy. Vanessa, so you're really not coming tomorrow? Me, you really uninvited me? Remember, don't come at all were your exact words. Vanessa, I was emotional. You know, I didn't mean it. Me? You meant it enough to say it, and you've had a week to formally re-invite me. You haven't, Vanessa. This is stupid. Just come. Me? No. Vanessa, why are you being so difficult? Me, I'm not being anything. I'm respecting your boundary. You said my concerns about your drinking would ruin your fun, so I'm removing myself from the equation. She started angry, crying, you're going to embarrass me. Everyone expects you there. Me? Then you should have thought about that before uninviting me. She slammed the bedroom door. I slept on the couch. Not because she kicked me out, because I wanted to. Saturday morning, I woke up early, made myself breakfast. Vanessa emerged around 10 a.m. hungover from Friday's programming. Vanessa, quietly, last chance. Please come tonight. Me, enjoy your party. Vanessa. She left for her hair appointment without another word. I had plans too, but not the kind she expected. Update 2, the birthday party. While Vanessa was getting ready for her big night, I was productive. Deep cleaned the apartment, went to the gym. Met my buddy Carlos for lunch, normal Saturday stuff. Around 3:00 p.m. I started getting texts. Trina, where are you? What? V says you're fighting her cousin Malik. Bro, you coming tonight, or what? Her work friend Sandra. Vanessa seemed stressed. Everything okay? Didn't respond to any of them, not my circus. By 7:00 p.m. the party had started. I know because Vanessa's Instagram story was popping off videos of her doing shots, boomerangs of champagne toasts. The usual birthday girl energy talk posts 8 o'clock. P.M. Her story showed her dancing on tables. 900 p.m. multiple shots in a row. People chanting birthday girl. 1000 p.m. things got sloppier. Videos were blurrier. Her mascara was running. Then the story stopped. At 10:47 p.m. My phone rang. Trina panicked. Joel, we need you here now. Me, what's wrong? Trina Vire, she's really messed up. Like really bad. She threw up in the photo booth. Security is threatening to kick us all out. Me. So leave. Trina, we can't. She's crying about you not being here, making a scene. She tried to fight a girl who asked where you were. Management is pissed. Me. Sounds like she's having the exact birthday she wanted without a babysitter. Trina, this isn't funny. She's about to get banned from here. Me? Then maybe someone should have limited her drinks. Oh, wait, that would be controlling, right? Trina, please. She needs you. No. She needs to face the consequences of her choices. Call her an Uber. Hung up. Phone immediately blew up. Text from multiple people at the party. I put it on silent and watched Netflix. At 11:30 p.m., the real drama started. Vanessa began drunk texting me. Where are you? Everyone asking about you. You ruined my day. Can't believe you did this. Hope you're happy. Then a long voice message that was just sobbing and slurred words. I couldn't make out. At midnight, Trina called again. I almost didn't answer but figured I should know if she was safe. Trina, she's in an Uber. We're sending her home. Me, is she alone? Trina Sanders with her. But Joel, it's bad. The venue is charging her card for damages. She broke some decorations and puked in multiple places. They took photos for their incident report. Me. Okay, Trina. Okay, that's it. Your girlfriend just had the worst night of her life, and you say, okay, me. My girlfriend uninvited me from this party specifically so she could drink without judgment. Looks like she succeeded. Around 1 a.m. I heard keys fumbling at the door. Sanders' voice. Where's your keys, honey? Let's get you inside. I opened the door. Sandra was practically carrying Vanessa, who was a disaster. Makeup destroyed, dress stained, one heel missing. Sandra relieved. Thank God you're here. Helped get Vanessa to the bathroom just in time. Held her hair while she threw up. Sandra looked exhausted. Sandra, the venue, they're really angry. She knocked over their champagne tower display, tried to dance on the bar, called the manager some words when he cut her off. Me. How much is the damage? Sandra, they said they'd email her tomorrow with the full amount, but the deposit is definitely gone. That was $500. After Sandra left, I got Vanessa water, helped her change, put her to bed. She kept mumbling about her ruined birthday. Sunday morning came with a vengeance for her, and with it the email from the venue. Final update, the aftermath. Vanessa woke up around noon Sunday groaning. I was in the kitchen, coffee ready. Vanessa, my head is killing me. Me. There's water and ibuprofen on the nightstand. She stumbled out 20 minutes later looking rough. Vanessa, last night was fuzzy, but I remember you weren't there. Me, you uninvited me. Remember, Vanessa? People kept asking where you were. It was embarrassing. Me? More or less embarrassing than throwing up in a photo booth. Her face went pale. I didn't. Me, check your email. She grabbed her phone, the venue that sent an itemized bill. Broken champagne display, $300. Professional cleaning, multiple areas, for $100. Lost deposit, $500. Damaged photo booth props, $150. Total due $1,350. Plus, they banned her from the venue permanently. Vanessa, this can't be right. They're scamming me. Me, they have photos. Want to see? She didn't. Instead, she opened Instagram. Her story views were way up, but not for good reasons. People have recorded her meltdown, her trying to fight that girl, her falling off the bar, her being escorted out by security. It was all there, posted by random guests and strangers. Someone had made a TikTok when the birthday girl gets to lit. It had 5 views. Her phone started ringing. Her boss, Vanessa, I'm sorry to call on Sunday, but I'm getting concerning tags about an incident at Sky Bar last night. That's one of our venue partners. Vanessa went white. I forgot her hotel had partnerships with several event venues, including the rooftop bar. Vanessa, it was just my birthday got out of hand. Boss, the venue manager called me directly. You apparently called him a pathetic little man and threatened to ruin his business while identifying yourself as our events coordinator. Vanessa, I was drunk. It was my birthday. Boss, being drunk doesn't excuse damaging a partner venue and threatening their staff. We need to meet first thing Monday. After she hung up, Vanessa sat in silence, then tried to flip it. Vanessa, this is your fault. If you'd been there, stop. Full stop. You uninvited me because I expressed concern about your drinking. You said I was being a babysitter, not a boyfriend. Vanessa, I didn't mean you meant it, and last night proved I was right to be concerned. You couldn't control yourself at your own birthday party. Vanessa, one bad night doesn't mean me. Check your credit card statements. She did. Bar charges from the past month totaled over $1,200, not including the party damage. Check your Uber history. Over $400 in rides from bars in the last 30 days. Because she was too drunk to drive. Still think you don't have a problem? She started crying, but not apologetic tears. Angry tears. Vanessa, you set me up. You knew this would happen. I knew if you drank without limits, there'd be consequences. That's why I tried to talk to you about it. You called that controlling. Monday came. Vanessa's meeting with her boss didn't go well. She wasn't fired, but was put on probation. Any alcohol-related incident at work or with work partners would mean immediate termination. She came home humiliated. Vanessa, they're treating me like an alcoholic. Maybe because you're acting like one. That started another fight. She blamed me for not protecting her from herself. Classic addict logic, everyone else's fault, but hers. The relationship limped along for 2 more weeks. She tried to moderate her drinking, lasted about for days. Then I came home to her passed out on the couch, wine bottle empty, work laptop open to an unfinished event proposal due that day. I took a photo of the scene, not to shame her, for my own records, because I knew what was coming. The next morning, I told her I was done. I can't watch you destroy yourself anymore. Vanessa, you're leaving me because of one bad night. I'm leaving because you refuse to admit there's a problem. Your birthday party wasn't a one-off. It was a public display of what happens privately all the time. Vanessa, you're so self-righteous, acting like you're perfect. I'm not perfect, but I don't drink myself into blackouts and blame everyone else for the consequences. She moved out a week later, told everyone I was controlling and couldn't handle a woman who liked to have fun. Fine, let them think that. Last I heard through mutual friends, she got terminated from the hotel 2 months later, showed up drunk to a major client event. The probation violation was immediate termination. She's living with her parents now, still posting party pics on Instagram, but from dive bars instead of rooftop lounges. Still blaming everyone else for her bad luck. I'm good. Dating someone new who thinks 2 glasses of wine is a wild night. Boring. Maybe, but I'll take boring over chaos any day. The birthday party, it became legendary in our social circle, not in a good way. Don't pull a Vanessa is now code for getting too drunk at your own event. She said I was acting like a babysitter, not a boyfriend. Turns out, she was right. She needed a babysitter, but I wasn't volunteering for that job anymore. Asterisk.